question. Well, House Intel Committee Chairman Devin Nunes joins us now to weigh in. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for being here this morning. So let's start with that very lead question. Are they going to meet your deadline? And if they don't, what can you do about it?
Well, knowing the past, they're probably not going to meet the deadline. However, I think the American people are beginning to see what it is that we've been after for a very long time. And that is it common, or does it ever happen, that the counterintelligence agencies or capabilities of this country, are they used to target political campaigns? We need to know that answer. Now, I know the Democrats have been hiding because they're so married to this Russiagate fiasco that's been going on for so long. But I would think most of the American people, including most people in politics, would be very, very worried if the FBI and others are running informants into our campaigns. Right. Very simple question. It deserves a very simple answer. We've been asking that question for many, many months. And, you know, on Friday, we had a meeting Friday morning. We thought that everything was going to come together. But then, as you all know, we received a letter almost at midnight Friday night, which is a textbook swampy example of what they do here in Washington, is tell you they're going to get it by the end of the week and wait till nearly the stroke of midnight.
Well, you know, Congressman, that there have been, the DOJ has been sending out email, press blasts. We cooperated. There are a couple of things. We're speeding up document production. We're doing everything Congress wants us to do. But you say that it's a little suspicious that there are just a few documents that could lay bare all of your questions, and those are the ones they're trying to keep from you the most.
Yeah, and let's be clear. There were many documents that they provided last week. Okay,
thousands.
Now those should have been provided to us months and months and months ago, but we'll get past that. So I would say we cleaned up most of what was on the table, except for the most important piece, which there's two pieces really, but one is you can't use Gang of Eight. You can't take information that our investigators and our committee members found and then retroactively say, no, sorry, Congress, we're going to move that so only the leaders in Congress can see this information, when it's information that we dug up. So we're going to try to handle that today. We're going to meet with the Director of National Intelligence. Hopefully we get somewhere on that issue. The second and bigger issue goes to the one we were just discussing, which is, did you or did you not run informants into the Trump campaign, especially before the investigation even began? So remember, just take people back. How did this investigation begin according to the New York Times and many others in the mainstream media? Well, you had the dump of the emails, the Democratic National Committee emails in late July. And then, oh my gosh, our great friend from Australia gave us Five Eyes intelligence so that we could open up this investigation. Well, as you know from a couple months ago, that's not true. There was no Five Eyes intelligence product that was used. It was ran through the State Department. We now know that from State Department people who still need to be interviewed, who are now out there talking to their friends in the mainstream media. They say they're the ones that got that information to the FBI. So that would be totally irregular how you open this investigation in the first place. But what people are ignoring is, well, wait a second. What if that story's not true? Or what if it's only half true? Because I think there's parts of that story that are true, but I think there's a whole lot that we still don't know about, and that really gets down to, look, did you use the counterintelligence capability of this country to run informants or spies or whatever you want to call them into the Trump campaign before that date? Now, and I would say furthermore, are you running spies into other, like, Senate campaigns or House members' campaigns? I mean, is this a practice that you guys have been using for many years? I mean, this needs to be cleared up. This is the Department of Justice and FBI are on a very slippery slope because we need to keep these capabilities to track down terrorists. But I will tell you that I bet you wouldn't find one vote on the Republican side today to keep these capabilities in place.
Have you talked to anyone that worked for the FBI at that time or DOJ that does have some information and knows exactly what they're trying to hide and why they don't want to turn over those documents?
Well, I think if you look at what's publicly available, for example, you've seen that, you know that Roger Stone and Mike Caputo both amended their testimony a little over a week ago to our committee, where they claim that they were approached by somebody, by some type of FBI informant in the May of 2016 timeframe. Now, they make that claim. They've amended their testimony to make that claim. So, I mean, that would be under the penalty of lying to Congress. So I assume that they believe they're telling the truth. So why can't the FBI just tell us if that really happened or not? It's real simple.
That's what you're trying to get.
And Congressman, what you're suggesting is these stories that we have now heard about, that professor, these stories as well, it sounds like people just kind of out of nowhere present themselves in front of the members of the Trump campaign and try to engage them before we knew any of this stuff was going on. And a number of people who are
at
in
the
your
same time,
a number of people in your circle say it looks like they were trying to frame the campaign.
Yeah, so what do we know, right? Let's go back to a couple of major points. Christopher Steele was hired by the Democratic Party and the Hillary Clinton campaign to dig up dirt and put it into a dossier on Donald Trump and his associates. That makes its way to the FBI, State Department, all over the place in about June, right? June, July, August timeframe, that's happening. At the same time now, it appears you have multiple people in about a 6-week period from April to June, where you have multiple people that are making offers of selling some type of dirt on Hillary Clinton from Russia to the Trump campaign. Now, look, maybe some of those are just people that want to make some money and are really just making things up, like Christopher Steele, or maybe the FBI was running people in, or some other agency. We have no idea, but we have a right to know that. This is a legitimate investigation.
Those are the questions you want answered. We saw a statement caught our mind from a fundraiser recently. One of your colleagues, who's a part of that Gang of Eight, who gets to see more special intelligence, is Senator Mark Warner. He is purported to have said this at a fundraiser. He said, "If you get me one more glass of wine, I'll tell you stuff only Bob Mueller and I know. If you think you've seen wild stuff so far, buckle up. It's going to be a wild couple of months." Does Senator Mark Warner know something you don't? Is it time to buckle up?
Well, you know, Senator Warner has a very interesting history here, including, you know, coming over to the House side with secret meetings, complaining about the House Intelligence Committee and me specifically to the Speaker of the House. So, you know, he says a lot of wild things. I wouldn't put much stock in it. He seems to be one of the guys who was really dug in deep. Maybe he knew things from Christopher Steele and others, because it appears like, you know, they're all connected, right? I mean, the Democrats and the Hillary Clinton campaign hired Christopher Steele.
I wonder
so, you know, I don't know if, and we know that Harry Reid seems like he knew about this before he left the Senate back in 2016. So, you know, I don't know what Warner knows, but, you know, you guys can call him. Maybe he'll interview with you.
I just want to know if he got the glass of wine.
I want to know, he's going to spill the beans over one glass of wine? Yeah. What would he tell you for a
hopefully,
bottle?
as long as it was good California wine, then it'd be all right.
Oh, something a congressman from California would say. All right, Devin Nunes, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.